In this video, you'll learn how to solve percent equations. And what I'm going to do is I will give you 6 different examples in which you need to solve with a percent. So as we walk you through each example, it is important to remember that the word of means multiply and the word is means equals. So if you're told 20% of 160 is what number? All I do is I convert this into math notation. So 20% I can write as a decimal. So just move the decimal place over 2 places. That becomes 0.2. Of means multiply. And then 160. And then is means equals. And then what number, that's going to be your variable. So let x be our variable. And this time sign, we'll use the raised dot instead, so we don't confuse that with the x over here. So it's 0.2 times 160 equals x. So all I do is I take 0.2 times 160, and we can do that over here. 160 times 0.2, I have 0, 12, carry the 1, that's 3. Then we have one number after the decimal, so that means I need one number after the decimal over here. We should put the decimal after the 32. So my solution for x would equal 32. For example 2, once again, remember that the word of means multiply and the word is means equals. So here we have 22 is 30% of what number? So we just translate this word by word into math notation. We have 22 is means equals. 30%, we'll convert that to a decimal. So move the decimal over 2 places. That becomes 0.3. Then of means multiply. And then what number? That is your unknown. That will be our x. So we have 22 equals 0.3 times x. So to solve, I can get rid of the 0.3 by dividing both sides by 0.3. So when I divide, the 0.3's cancel. And on the left, I have 22 divided by 0.3. So 22 divided by 0.3. I can multiply the top and the bottom by 10 if I wanted to get rid of the decimal. That'd be 220 over 3. So I could just take 220 divided by 3. I get 7. 7 times 3 is 21. Subtract 1, bring down the 0. That's going to be a 3. And 3 times 3 is 9. Subtract, I have 1. So the remainder is 1. So I can write that as a fraction if I wanted to, as 1 over that 3. So my solution is 73 1/3. And what we found is that 22 is 30% of 73 1/3. Example 3. We have 46 is what percent of 60? So we begin by translating into math notation. So 46 is means equals. What percent? That would be your unknown. So that is your variable. Of means multiply, and then 60. So my equation is 46 equals x times 60. So to solve for x, I get rid of the times 60 by dividing both sides by 60. When I do that, on the right side, the 60's cancel. So I have x equals, and then 46 over 60, which can reduce. And actually when I divide this, I get a decimal, and my answer would be 0.76 repeating, or 0.7666, etc. So then here we are told to write this as a percent. 46 is what percent of 60? So to convert this to a percent, I simply move the decimal place over 2 places to get 76.6 repeating, or 76.7% if I round that. Example 4. We have find 8.5% of 300. So in other words, we're saying 8.5% of 300 equals what? So when I convert this into math notation, 0.5%, I can write that as 0.085. Of means multiply, and then 300 equals x. So there's really no solving to do. We just need to multiply. So x would equal whatever 0.085 times 300 is. So when I multiply those two numbers together, I'm going to get 25.500, or simply 25.5. So that would be my solution. Example 5. 12 is 9% of a number. Find the number. So here, once again, we can convert this into math notation. We have the number 12. The word is means equals. 9% would be the same thing as 0.09. Then of means multiply. And then a number is unknown. That will be our x value. So my equation is 12 equals 0.09 times x. And then to solve this for x, we can divide both sides by 0.09. So the 0.09's cancel over here. I have x equals 12 divided by 0.09. That's what I see right here. And then what I can do is get rid of this decimal by moving it 2 places to the right. And to do that, I have to multiply by 100 on both the top and the bottom. So when I multiply the top by 100, I get 1200. And the bottom multiplied by 100 would give me 9. So I have 1200 over 9, which when I divide, I'm going to get 133 and 1/3. One more example. 12% of what number is 72? So convert this into math notation. 12% as a decimal is 0.12. Of means multiply. What number? That will be your unknown. That is your variable. Is means equals, and then 72. So I have 0.12 times x equals 72. So that is my equation, and then I can solve this. I can get rid of the 0.12 by dividing both sides by 0.12. On the left side, the 0.12's cancel. I have x equals 72 divided by 0.12. And then to get rid of the decimal in the bottom, I can multiply top and the bottom by 100, which would give me 7200 over 12. And when I divide 7200 by 12, I'm going to get 600. So my solution would be 600. And what I found is that 12% of 600 would equal 72. And that concludes our lesson for today. We will see you next time.